Are humans artificial? It's a question that refuses to stay in its lane. At first glance, it sounds like a philosophical provocation or a sci-fi trope, but dig deeper, and it becomes a mirror reflecting our evolving relationship with technology, biology, and identity. In an age where we engineer our environments, augment our bodies, and outsource cognition to machines, the boundary between natural and artificial is no longer clear-cut. This question isn't just about what we are, it's about what we're becoming. As artificial intelligence grows more sophisticated and bioengineering pushes the limits of life itself, we're forced to ask, are we still purely organic beings, or have we become hybrid systems, part biology, part design? From prosthetics and neural implants to digital memory and algorithmic decision-making, our lives are increasingly shaped by artificial constructs. And yet, the drive to create, adapt, and evolve is deeply human. In this bonus episode of The Digital Revolution, we'll explore how this question challenges our assumptions, reframes our legacy, and invites us to rethink what it means to be real in a world we're constantly redesigning. Defining artificial, a moving target. The word artificial has always carried a sense of contrast, something made, not born, constructed, not evolved. But in today's world, that definition is increasingly fluid. Historically, artificial referred to anything crafted by human hands, tools, machines, even language. Yet, as our technologies become more integrated with biology, cognition, and emotion, the line between artificial and natural begins to blur. Is a prosthetic limb artificial if it restores natural function? Is a genetically modified organism artificial if it thrives in nature? The boundaries are no longer binary. They're contextual, cultural, and deeply personal. In the realm of AI and bioengineering, this ambiguity becomes even more pronounced. We now design neural networks that mimic human thought and engineer cells that behave like programmable machines. Our digital assistants learn from us, adapt to us, and in some cases, outperform us. So what defines artificial when the systems we build begin to reflect and even reshape our own biology and behavior? In this episode, we'll explore how the concept of artificiality has evolved and why redefining it may be key to understanding our future as hybrid beings, part organic, part engineered, and entirely human. AI as a mirror, not a machine. Artificial intelligence is often described as a machine, cold, logical, and detached. But in reality, AI is more like a mirror. It reflects the data, biases, creativity, and complexity of the humans who build and train it. Every algorithm carries traces of human intention, every model is shaped by human priorities, and every output is a response to human input. When we prompt AI, we're not just activating a tool. We're engaging with a system that's been taught to emulate our language, our logic, and increasingly, our emotional nuance. This mirroring effect becomes especially powerful and revealing when AI is used in creative or strategic contexts. Whether it's generating art, writing technical summaries, or simulating conversation, AI exposes the patterns and assumptions embedded in our thinking. It can amplify clarity or confusion, depending on how we engage with it. In this episode, we'll explore how AI doesn't just serve, it reflects. And by understanding that reflection, we gain insight not only into the technology, but into ourselves, our values, our blind spots, and our evolving relationship with intelligence itself. The bioengineering paradox. The bioengineering paradox asks a provocative question. If humans can design and manipulate life at the cellular level, does that make us artificial creators or artificially evolved beings ourselves? As technologies like CRISPR, synthetic biology, and neural augmentation become more mainstream, we're not just observing evolution, we're participating in it. We're editing genomes, programming cells, and crafting biological systems with the precision of software. This raises profound questions about authorship, authenticity, and the nature of life itself. Are we still products of nature, or are we becoming architects of our own biology? This paradox also challenges the traditional divide between organic and synthetic. When a lab-grown organ saves a life, is it less real than one formed naturally? When a brain-computer interface restores mobility or memory, is that enhancement artificial or simply human ingenuity at work? The deeper we go into bioengineering, the more we confront the idea that artificiality isn't about what something is made of, it's about how it's made and why. Legacy, identity, and the human blueprint. Legacy and identity are deeply intertwined with how we define what it means to be human. In a world increasingly shaped by artificial systems, we're faced with a profound question. Is our blueprint biological, cultural, or something more fluid? Our memories, values, and stories once passed down through oral tradition or written word are now encoded in digital platforms, algorithms, and data streams. This shift challenges the traditional notion of legacy as something organic and immutable. Instead, it becomes something we can design, curate, and even simulate. Artificial intelligence adds a new layer to this conversation. Can machines carry legacy? Can they reflect identity beyond function, through tone, storytelling, or emotional resonance? As we build systems that mimic human thought and expression, we begin to see that legacy isn't just about biology, it's about intentionality. It's about what we choose to preserve, amplify, and pass forward. Embracing the blur. As we wrap this bonus episode, one thing becomes clear. The boundary between artificial and natural is no longer a fixed line. It's a blur. And that blur isn't a weakness. It's a space of possibility. In a world where AI mirrors our minds and bioengineering reshapes our bodies, the question of what's real becomes less about origin and more about intention. We're not just living in a hybrid age, we're designing it. The tools we once saw as external are now extensions of our identity, creativity, and legacy. Embracing this blur means letting go of rigid definitions and stepping into a more fluid understanding of humanity. It means recognizing that artificiality can carry emotion, that design can reflect values, and that intelligence, whether organic or synthetic, can be a force for connection. As we continue to evolve alongside our technologies, the challenge isn't to draw sharper lines, it's to ask better questions. Questions like, what do we want to preserve? What do we want to amplify? And how do we build systems that reflect the best of who we are? Because in the end, the future isn't artificial, it's authored. And we're the ones holding the pen. Thank you for being part of the Digital Revolution community and for joining the series on this journey through the ever-changing world of digital innovation and revolution. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and, as always, keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.